Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. This game is getting a little bit weird. We're a little deeper in. I don't usually get to turn 160. But things are firing. We're getting close to an ending, I think. We are now in control of 5 of the 8 required major factions' home systems. And 2 of the remaining 3 that we have to get are destructible. And we have an obliterator that will be able to fire a missile next turn. And I think we definitely have to do that. We're going to fire one of these next turn, and then we're going to do another one as soon as we can after that. The cost of this comes down when we're orbiting friendly systems. So we actually could take... We have... Hold on a second. How much move do we have? 2. Jeez. Okay, can I... Hold on. Can I fix that? Okay, here we go. Turns out we didn't have any engines. 10. Okay. So we could go across to Oshiar Phaeton and from there take a portal, like, to Corvus. We could drop this missile 5 turns. Really? Why 5 turns? Oh, because I didn't actually press the upgrade button? There we go. Now it should be 1 turn, right? Yeah, so we could drop the we could drop this missile into like Pollux immediately. I don't know what the travel time on these is like, but it's I guess I kind of do because we've seen several of them happen to us. Yeah, so next turn we'll drop this thing off and then we'll probably be able to fire the next one. I don't know what the cooldown's like, but we did just research attack to lower the cooldown so that we would be able to do this. So we may actually be in a position here to win pretty quickly. We'll see how things work out. I don't know exactly what the actual refire time on this is going to be. We have 9 Orichalcix income per turn. The base value on this was 90. So it's probably... I don't know. Let's not guess. Let's just press the button, huh? So what else do we need to do this turn before we exit here? We are currently attacking. We are not currently attacking. No. We should be attacking? For some reason, I'm not attacking. Could you guys maybe get on this? As though I was playing well. Pretend I'm doing a good job. Do what you would do if I was telling you to do. Okay. Genomos is ours, and with it, I believe, ends the Riftborn. We'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take a system that has 23 population and, geez, yeah. Somehow... no xeno-industrial infrastructure. Sometimes the AI makes some decisions. Don't fully understand. We have now even more Orichalcix income, so we should probably make sure that we are focusing on getting that stuff dealt with. We probably want to do all that, though. And now that we no longer need this, let's start moving this fleet over toward the actual front. So, my primary concern now is Horatio. We gotta figure out what's up with Horatio, because we may be able to nuke these 2 out. But I think no matter how we want to approach this, Corvus is the correct place for us all to warp to, right? We could go to Sylphie instead, but Sylphie's only actually closer to Aquarius, and Red is friendly. Yeah. Everybody to Corvus. Oh my god, it rules to be allied with the Vaulters. We should do this every game. Our siege behemoth here also should come down and hang out. Not quite as fast moving. Okay, so that was a 0 KE. Man. We bought out a system, in part because we're currently at war, right? Very heavily at war. And so I figured, we'll just, we'll win a couple of battles. We'll get that right back. But it is turning out to be a remarkable pain in the ass to earn any KE here. I guess this is happening. We're going to get here next turn. How are you guys feeling? Feeling like you should maybe stand still for a couple more turns. Fair enough. So we don't necessarily ever need to conclude the war with the Cravers. We might be able to win the game, like, kind of out from under them. Alright, let's hit the button. We got another Obliterator missile here that like I said last time, I think I'm just too late to do anything about. Come on, get in there and attack before the Obliterator can run away. I mean, it's going to retreat from the battle, but, We want to make it take the damage and then force the retreat. Or make it take the damage from the retreat and then chase it. So let's see where it goes. It's taking a really long time to figure out what it wants to do here. I don't want to click away from that. There we go, because I don't want to miss this part. Make sure that we are on top of this. Really, I can't believe it took all of our movement to get us here. Delta refused a truce. Fine by me. We discovered even more benthic gems, which apparently are a life form, despite being gems. Formed by the pressure of the deep oceans. Huh. Well, it doesn't mean the gems are necessarily a life form. You know, maybe we found some kind of deep sea life and it was near the benthic gems, and the sea life itself was not valuable to us. I don't know, man. So we've hit a Tikkanen collection bonus, and probably an amoeba collection bonus. I was going to say Riftborn, right? Because we just took a planet full of Riftborn, but apparently we're only at 9. They were not producing their own population at a very high rate. So we've hit quicker defense. We should I'm going to go ahead and spend on this. I would love it if we got to 20 Epistis. A bunch of our systems just got better at building improvements. That seems fine. And I think we're going to keep these laws rolling. They have served us well so far. We have had... this is what I was going to talk about. We have hit this now, so we can get another level of system development going. Mega risk containment. Like, the hazardous mining facility is great, but it's also very hard to build. I kind of only came up here so that we could threaten to hit one of the endless techs. Emergency labor policy as a better version of 3D printing is kind of okay. The distributed energy building is awesome, but also costs 12,000 industry. Let's get some more military tech, I guess. I think that makes the most sense. 20% troop health and damage. That's not a bad thing to have. And it wouldn't require us to build anything. We just get the benefit right away. So let's talk about our next level of system development. What might that look like? I think, well, we want to have benthic gems. Right? These things that usually improve approval ratings are actually really cool with these guys. Extra influence output is not great, but it'd be relatively cheap to put in the booster. And then we could just put another level of the Transvine boost in. Because why not? So if we put these in, there'd be 125 each. That's 10 turns. Whereas this is only a little bit more than 4 turns worth of meta intactogen. Yeah, this is a fine way to go, I think. So we have a bunch of systems that are level 3, don't we? And a lot of those can be upgraded to level 4 immediately. Maybe not a bunch. Hold on. Sort by status. What are the places that are most important to do this? Where is... Zubin's actually still a level 2 colony. That probably should be fixed. I was never in a hurry to do that because we were saving the Jadonics for colonies that desperately needed Jadonics, that desperately needed industry. Well, Ikima is our sort of the front line of our empire at the moment. Let's do this. It is worth noting that we are actually not devoted or loyal right now, I suppose, so maybe we queue this up, but it could wait. And then, yeah, I guess that does make this not a super urgent thing. We got to get our KE back up before this is really going to do anything. Fair enough. All right, also, we got to go to the marketplace and sell some garbage. Man, these are pretty good, too, for these guys. Okay, that'll keep us afloat for a little while longer. Here, we definitely attack you. That was not the right fleet to do it with, but... Really, they're going to actually participate in this battle. They're not going to run away. They're going to use a... I mean, I guess our ships are real garbage. Yeah, even so, that seemed like a very strange move. It's like, it's a Scavenger 22. Maybe it's upgraded enough for that to be reasonable, but no, it wasn't. It's just a real dumb thing to do. Alright, the Death Star is going to come to Nis, and we're going to destroy it. That'll be good for us. We do need to conquer some more systems. Probably have our economic behemoth, like, start on its way over to Zorak here. If only so that we can get the cave for fighting. And down here. Let's do it. Star will turn... Oh, it actually does change the star. That's interesting. Alright. So now, what does the cooldown on that look like? Oh, okay, interesting. So it's fireable again immediately if you have the resources. Since we're now bringing in 11 Orichalcics per turn, it's not going to be that many turns before we can fire this again. Also, some stuff happened as soon as we did that. An Empire noticed your Obliterator firing and has notified all other Empires. So increased pressure from other Empires on my Empire, and reduced cost of aggressive treaties from other Empires on my Empire. That makes sense. In fact, apparently 2 Empires noticed my Obliterator firing. Ah, so there are diplomatic penalties for firing it this close. That's not a thing that happens automatically when you fire. It's a thing that happened because I fired so close to the front. If I had fired it from, like, you know, Ikima, we might not have gotten any of those. That's really interesting. I'm digging, there's a lot of cool stuff going on with these, what do you call it? It's the behemoths. Does Hidel need to... No, we're fine. I was wondering if it made sense to rush to grabbing a another planet, but no, we're okay. Okay, Bonnie needs orders. Bonnie, you should probably... Jeez, I don't even know what. Fertile and Temperate are not super common here, unfortunately. You definitely don't need the food. But this doesn't actually give us extra food. It changes the ratio of our food growth that goes into manpower, I believe. I think. It might be just an extra 50% food growth, but only into manpower, not into growth. I don't know. This is a weird one. I can definitely see situations where you would want this when you're out on the march and you're gaining planets all the time. It can be hard to keep the manpower pool full. But, I don't know. In general, I don't think the Sun God's Ritual is one of the better observances. Alright, so all you guys down here are just kind of staying down here. I guess we should actually have the, we should have this fleet actually headed into Horatio territory. We gotta find their stuff. So yeah, let's... Huh. Citadels are impacting our free movement toward this area. It's gonna take us 4 whole turns to get here, can you believe it? I am fine with just letting the economic behemoth hang out over here for the moment until we know that we actually need it and we know where we actually need it. We could have it fly to, like, Cross, use Cross as a staging ground. No, let's not worry about it. Speaking of these things, how are we doing on the ones we were working on? Okay, so Turbia will finish this turn. We just actually got to Kochab. Are there more of them around here? Sathras. That's it, huh? Well, I think probably we want to take these ships toward the center. We can merge you up. Yeah, I think we want to take these ships toward the center, like hit Scythe with them. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to run over to Sathras. We could have this fleet do Sathras. Okay, I think we are good for the turn. Things are rapidly progressing towards some kind of conclusion. I'm a little surprised that they didn't have their home systems protected. Like, obviously we didn't have our home system protected either, but that was due to ignorance. The AI knows how the game mechanics work. So that's us, we're doing it. We seem to be the only ones actually doing it, though. Okay, we discovered another orichalcix deposit. Good for us. Speeds up the obliterator. How many turns are we looking at on this? It's coming down by 6 every turn, and we're gaining 11. So the delta is changing by 17. The difference, is changing by 17 per turn. And right now, it's 55. Okay, so this is going to be pretty fast, actually. We just need nothing crazy to happen for a while. Let's see. Zubin is still rebuilding. Getting there. Here... Here we actually have some fertile and temperate stuff going on, so adaptive taxation will be helpful here. As will smart tax collection. Well, we'll see about that once we get adaptive taxation up, I guess. So you guys are headed where you're headed. We do not... Okay, yeah, that's right. We can do this. We can run these guys off. Let's be done with that, shall we? Unblockade our system. Over here, we are also being blockaded by a single scout ship. That seems fixable. Also, just very silly in a general sense. Probably want to... I don't know. Get food going? That's not a good food structure, though. We'll figure it out. We'll get the KE back up. It's gonna be okay. So the fleet floating around the destroyed system does not register as not having orders, which is a little bit silly. So we get over here and run these guys off. It seems like the AI doesn't understand how this quest works. Like they're bringing ships to the systems, but they're not actually bringing heroes. They're not trying to do the thing. So here on Ingress, we should probably pick this planet up. Also food. Also lots of, man, just a ton of stuff, really. Okay, so the ships that are doing nothing, you guys around Aina, it's going to take them a minute to arrive, probably. Okay, Purple's taking over Zorak, so we can actually just have our ship hover here and help them with their siege. They seem to be able to understand that, at least. Alright, we're doing it. I think that thing's headed for Libra. The loss of Libra isn't really that big of a deal. It's pretty much just a research station. Does lower the number of home systems in the Empire, or in the universe, but not in a way that matters. Okay. Pollux got handled. I'd like it if my fleet would make it past Kraz in a hurry, because, you know, some stuff is going to happen down there soon, we know that. Yep, you're not interested in truces, it's not really how we do things. Alright, so unfortunately there's an automatic guard action on this fleet. We could have attacked the yellow fleet that was here. Probably should have. I probably should have done that quickly before they moved on. But, it doesn't matter. Can we not assign guard mode or something? Like, I would love it if these guys didn't ask me for orders every turn. Alright, and you... run this lone hero ship off. I have no idea why this guy is even here. And then once he's gone, hit that trade vessel as well. Here on Dobrynia, we have a small world, and then larger. Oh, we definitely don't want to spend orichalcix right now, actually. Smart tax collection. What's the actual positive output here? Output here is only 135. Not great. But we gotta start working towards solvency somehow. Please make some vague gestures in the direction of solvency. Yeah, build bad predictive logistics, and then, I don't know, man. Mining tech? No, not that, sorry. This stuff? And over here on Nolin, yeah, still a lot of actual stuff to build. Alright, as soon as we discover Horatio's homeworld, I'm confident we'll be able to make a good play on it. We have access to the blood ritual now, which is very, very good for us. We should, I think, actually get the final military policy with this election. Ah, we did. The Deadly Intent Bill. And about time. You know, since technology at this point is pretty unimportant to us, let's go ahead and cut our current brain over bucks law and replace it with the new murder law. I think that's a fine way to go. Oh, hey, look. The us or them decree does exist. I feel very confident that it was not here last time we looked. Also got this wartime taxes bill, which is interesting, certainly. 10% ownership recovery rate on systems if your fleet is in orbit. I think deadly intent, because we're going to have to strike deep into Horatio territory here and actually probably fight some fleets and stuff. Where on Earth is his home? His home system must be down here. We're going to get guards stopped at every one of these systems. There's an economic behemoth here. Just some real garbage ships. We're not going to watch this. You got this under control. Yeah, make everybody flee, and then destroy their economic fleets. Truce has been refused. Okay, so like this is looking like 4 turns, but it's saying that without calculating how many turns we're going to lose to the Citadels having auto guard. So right, this is actually 1 is at Voltha, 2 is at Altair, 3 is at Sebel. Actually, that's still right. All right, we will not free space it, but I'm pretty sure that the Horatio home system's got to be down here, right? Delta has left the Accord of Principled Nations on account of no longer existing. My disdain for your alliance, the one that I'm in? The one where I'm destroying all of the bad guys? All of the people who are not in it? How are you? Okay. What is his deal? What is his problem? You didn't help us in our time of need. I'm currently helping you in your time of need. I'm actually doing that this very second. I'm over here blowing up your enemies. Listen, I know you guys are doing war and everything, but I'm the one who's actually going to win the game for us, so just, like, be nice. Be nice to me. Alright, this is another one we really do not have to watch. This is under control. Let's click through some menus real quick. That is definitely more exciting than battle, right? Here, all we're getting is titanium, so we don't really need mining tech. Microwave pipes actually would be pretty okay here. This system is getting pretty developed. We could just set all these systems on AI control, but I have heard that, especially with the... He showed that's a bad idea, because when you put them on AI control, they all start building fealty foundations, just like burning through your KE super quickly. And then here on Gemini, Gemini's actually pretty developed. Fertile and temperate, so it would only be +4 dust per citizen on this planet. It's not really great. We could blood ritual here. Yeah, all right. Let's blood ritual. We got to get our approval levels up anyway. And we have systems that are doing other stuff. It could be blood ritualing. Let's not blood ritual this system actually. That's headed for Libra. We should probably blood ritual Libra constantly until it hits. As horrific as that may be. Here I don't really want to... We have actual stuff building in so many places, I don't really want to pull them off of stuff. I guess, actually, we're building lodestone links in a lot of places. If I canceled these, I would get the Orichalcix back. Yeah, but we're just talking about a couple of turns of difference here, and probably the Horatio, the end of the Horatio, is the thing that's actually our time bottleneck. So it's probably not worth worrying about. Here on Genemos, we'll queue up a blood ritual as well. I'll let it finish getting its mining up. Okay, so this thing, we're not talking about very many turns until I can fire again anyway. In fact, it's going to be next turn. You guys are actually in guard mode, so you do not need orders. All right, I think we're in good shape here. The the Academy quest still not going to finish, even though this is by far the slowest I have played in a very, very long time. It's just, it comes up too late and it's too long. If it's going to be as long as it is, it needs to trigger on turn like 100 or something. Because otherwise nobody's ever going to see the end of it. And I imagine that when the game is mostly players, it probably is actually shorter, right? Because it's probably a lot more aggressive. People are getting eliminated earlier and stuff. There was 20 titanium in those encounter remains. Oh hey, we didn't get stopped. I thought citadels had an automatic guard action on the planet. Maybe you have to tell them to do that? Maybe they don't do it by default? We definitely got auto-stopped by the one on Atlas. We could have the economic behemoth start getting over here. Honestly, though, our troops are so powerful, we might be able to just drop when we get there. We may not need to do any sieging. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to run the economic behemoth in because I'm too worried that without me watching it, it'll just get destroyed. This one, on the other hand, is doing some fine work. Alright, so what else do we need to do? Gemini probably could blood ritual us again. Any place that blood ritualed before is probably just doing it again. Imnos finished its microwave pipes just in time for a blood ritual. You know how I feel about rituals. Also blood. I'm gonna go broke. Okay. Look at that, only negative 1366. We're getting this situation under control. So this turn we're going to be able to fire a missile at Kraz. I mean, like, it doesn't even seem crazy to me to always Citadel your home system, because it's usually, it's almost always going to be an economic juggernaut, right? It's the most developed system in your empire, almost all of the time. It's going to be where you're building your ships very frequently. Like, an economic behemoth on your home system seems like a smart way to go.
It is refreshing to see that we are not the only sentients in the galaxy.
Okay, yeah. I guess if you want to come fight Cravers, you can. I don't think it's a big deal. We're not really in any danger. I'm not going to say don't, but we don't need you. We're just going to do a couple more blood rituals. Just a turn or two of blood rituals, you know. Get ourselves way back up to the tip-top of KE. And then we'll figure out some other stuff to do. Alright, sorry, Genis. But my hand was forced. I am choosing to believe that other people are responsible for my actions here. That's the way I feel about this. Alright, so look at that. We're down to under 1,000 loss per turn. This is a combination of our KE getting nice and high, and then obviously actually building some economic buildings for the first time. So, Libra was in fact destroyed. You know, it's a shame. Not how I would have wanted things to go. And that is, in fact, UGARO. Scarred Combat Zone was the stage of the most devastating campaign that took place during the invasion of Leaper by Casper. Okay, they did it. Cool. Where did that obliterator go? It probably... I bet I let it through. I bet that's where it goed. Sorry? Oh, closed borders. Wait a minute. You guys accepted a truce? He still has an obliterator. What are you thinking? No. I am not doing that. We are not truce. We are the other thing. Get over there and catch that Death Star. You... Yeah, I probably let the behemoth through because I wasn't paying attention. Here's the thing we can do. We can send the economic behemoth down this way, and it will, it has the vision necessary to reveal if their obliterator is still in the Starline. Okay, I don't think it is. Is it over here? I mean, I'll attack this guy. Get out of here. Huh. Well, I don't know where it went, and that means that our systems are still in danger. All of a sudden, here's some stuff. Alright, we'll just wait here for it. Yeah, we declared war. You guys are mad about it. I get that. I understand why that would be. Cravers run leaderless in one of our systems. One of the bishops overseeing the Craver swarm on Ingress has just passed away. A frequent enough occurrence, except for one thing. She was the last one. Well, that's not great for us. They're going to go nuts. Within 16 turns, reach 10 Cravers in this system. I don't know, man. Maybe that'll happen. I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. Yep, our Obliterator launch is publicized. Good. Let everyone know. Get +6 movement on the fleet that you are currently in charge of. And we don't need any more blood rituals. Good news, everybody. The rituals can stop. Temporarily. For a little while, no more blood rituals. This isn't great here. We're at 125, so yeah, this is also not great here. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. I guess for the most part, what we need to do is set our systems on don't bother me. Don't ask me questions right now. Because really, we're just waiting for a couple of things to occur and then the game will be over. So... yeah, you know, build some basic stuff, whatever. 12 turns. Honestly, there's probably not 12 turns left in the game. Here on Ikima, this is probably reasonable now. Yeah, whatever. That's all fine. All that stuff should get built. This is Imnos. I don't know. I don't think it matters mostly. Probably build that first. I didn't want to remove that from the queue. And on Genimos... sure, do this stuff. And then... I guess the level 4 modernization is cool now. It's actually working again. But, like, again, we're not really getting anything done. Kraz is going to be destroyed in a second, and then it's just a matter of us wiping out UGARO. So let's have a look at what UGARO looks like. Obviously, we win this battle. And then we blow up their economic fleet. 900 dust from that. Unfortunately, you don't have any skills you can take that improve our siege ability. In fact, I don't think you have any skills you can take that matter at all, right? I don't know, 25% manpower capacity on Empire or something. So they have a lot of troops, and they can bring their troops to bear more effectively than we can. Seeing 1,300 manpower deployment limit. If we wanted to get the economic behemoth in position to perform a siege, now that we know where we are, we're talking about 13 turns of movement. Oops. Left clicked a little bit aggressively there. And what we really need is just more bodies. So, let's have a quick look at the positions of some of our other ships. Where's the fleet that we have moving in here? This is another 900 manpower, this fleet. So let's discard this idea. How long would it actually take this fleet to get over here now that they have 15 move? 7 turns? I'm debating whether I think we can actually do this. We have 1.2 manpower, or we have 1.2k manpower. They have 1450. Our troops are definitely better than theirs are. And in fact, we can now cap off our armor. In 3 turns, our troops will be even better. Maybe let's wait the 3 turns. We'll wait the 3 turns, and then we'll do this. So you get to run that guy off. So that might be it, though. We might be 3 turns from a victory. And then just head back home. Oh no! They actually did it a little bit. One of these... Yeah, somebody showed up with an actual hero. It was these pirates that are definitely not actually pirates. Unless the pirates joined the Restorers team. So yeah, we'll finish up War as Hobby, and then we'll do this thing. We don't have the ability to improve the effectiveness of our troops with a KE action, do we? No. Okay. Yep, we're just waiting for War as Hobby to finish then. Did I actually change our... Yes, I know. That was mine. Did I actually change our... That's not what I want. I want my government. Yeah, okay. We do have the Deadly Intent bill up. There isn't another bill we could pass that would actually affect our troops, is there? I don't think so. So we could be running us or them, though. The Spoils of War Act is kind of no longer relevant. This is free industry. Sorry, free. This is expensive industry that we can't afford. Alright, we found some sources of protospores. Basically, everybody just stop asking me for orders. So right now what we're doing is waiting to learn how to be even better warriors. You would think that the Hisho would be very familiar with the idea of war as hobby. Kind of our whole cultural thing. But I guess they must mean, like, as a hobby that you're really good at. This has been an interesting game. We've learned a lot. I mean, we've just come to grips with the mechanics of a new faction and a whole bunch of new expansion mechanics, so obviously there's still more to learn. But I know a lot more about how behemoths work now, the various things you can do with them. We didn't really work a scientific behemoth at all, so I guess that's still some untapped territory. That's true, we are extremely close to winning a... You know what, I'm not reading this. I don't care about this. We're extremely close to winning a Supremacy victory, though. You are not wrong. Look how cheap those behemoths are. I wonder if this is an unusual number of system destructions. Especially home system destructions. Also, I guess I don't actually have to assign these things orders, because I could just click the button twice. Just tell it, no, I'm sure I want to end the turn. Oh my god, look at that, we're positive on dust. We managed to fix the economy too. Everything's looking up for the Hisho. Alright. War as hobby, we are now as ready as we are going to be anytime soon. It is technically possible to get more ready. We could also get Might of the Endless. But I think it is just about time. Let's set down. We can only apply 900 of our men at a time. We've been attacked by some guys. Okay, wow, that's a lot of dudes. 6 of these ships are mediums? And it thinks we have a chance here, huh? 1698, 622... I mean, our ships are better. Our ships are reading as being considerably better. I actually want to watch this fight. I'm curious. Is it actually possible that our commander, our unseasoned commander, longtime governor, could lead this fleet to victory? Well, part of the problem is that these guys have a lot of fighters, and the combat strength of the fighters is not being calculated in. I'll tell you what, we're not going to retreat. Weird. Weird teleporting noises. So fun ships are weird. Yeah, we will not, on the final turn of our great military conquest, embarrass ourselves with a retreat. So it seems like their weapon systems are not very good. Again, a lot of their offensive power is in those fighters. They do have an extra flotilla, though, and, in fact, we have a real problem here as far as firing arcs go. We're not going to be able to shoot these guys basically at all. The good news is they don't seem to be able to shoot us that much either. Like, we're not getting broadsided here. We will be eventually, though, once they hit this part of their flight path. That guy's dead. His fighters will keep harassing us, but they're just fighters. Yeah, this is going to come down to firing arcs, basically. A thing that we don't really have a lot of control over. Like, I didn't have the option to, like, mirror my flight paths or something so that we could actually attack these fleets. Like you'll see here, as we continue on. Right, like, we don't get to fire at them at all. Oh, no, these guys are kind of on the side of us. We can sort of see them. So we're calling that a minor victory. We lost a Falcon in exchange for 3 of their mediums. And hey, look at that. You're doing it. More behemoths. To celebrate, we will just jam more behemoths into our empire. Alright, let's do this. I think it's time to do this. Is there a tech that we could research, though, quickly, that would increase our manpower deliverable to battles? I don't think there is, right? I think the manpower deliverable to battles techs are the command point. Yeah, they're the command point techs, which we have. We can pick up quantum communications, I guess, but obviously I'm not going to wait another 7 turns. Let's just do it. I think we can do it. And if we can't do it, we have that fleet with more manpower coming in. So let's blitz them. Let us apply the maximum amount of our extremely good tanks directly to their faces. And since this is the climactic ground battle, we'll go ahead and watch it, despite the fact that I think the ground battles are still not terribly interesting visually. And if this doesn't work, then we will have to back the fleet up to friendly territory, refill manpower, and it will be slow. It will take a while. This is not very helpful. Well, it sure does look like we got the worst of it. I guess. Battle may continue next turn. Yeah, we got hit pretty badly there. There's a lot of air damage to our tanks. I think it is still right to go with the tank heavy composition because they keep a lot of their manpower in infantry. But that sure did happen. We're being attacked again. You know what? Actually, we have to do it this way. I was going to say we could just move both the kites to this flotilla, but that's not true. So... yeah. Effectively 2 versus 6, because our hero ship's going to get cooked right away. We can run this one pretty much in fast forward. It's going to be pretty obvious what's happening here. Turn on free camera mode so that I can adjust a little bit. Yeah, we're getting beat again by flight paths. So they had more than one action point, which is interesting. It looks like backup is not coming. So we are probably going to have to... we're probably going to have to pull this fleet back You know what we can do next time? As we're approaching, we can fire an obliterator. What are we talking about in terms of travel time here? Oh, I fired it 6 turns. That's right. It's not a confirmed thing. That's true. I did launch an obliterator. They've got to know this is coming by now, right? Like, this is how this has gone. We don't need to watch that, although there won't be a battle anyway, so. There was. He actually fought back for some reason. That's weird. Okay, Senya Snow Ridge, you get even more hull plating absorption. I guess the thing to do now is just accept that, you know, if something else gets obliterated, something else gets obliterated. I'm going to have both of my other large fleets head in this direction. We're just going to blitz them down. "14 turns. Hopefully this won't take that long. Hopefully we'll have things resolved by then. Okay. Really? So they definitely had finished something in order to need orders, and yet they were not in our pain of people who need orders. Well, we can at the very least hold things down here. They certainly will not be able to rebuild their manpower supplies. So we can start using bombardment, since it looks like we're not going to be able to blitz them out due to their troops actually being okay. We can just do some preemptive bombing, take them down slow like this. Alright, Pistis population boost has come to an end. Kochab was destroyed. People are trying. You know, they're trying to help with the quest. I don't know, man. This doesn't matter. Everybody move forward. I suppose it does make sense to have the economic behemoth move in as well, although I suspect we're going to see that it gets destroyed before it gets here. The other fleets, I'm at least confident they can handle it. I don't think we're going to run into anything run by Horatio that is likely to... Oh, we're getting close to an economic victory, apparently. Keep preemptively bombing. Never stop attacking, even though we are definitely losing. Yeah, like this. Sylphie's a real problem. I need these guys to clean up their backyard. You are somewhere doing something. Oh, this is the guy that's, hold on. This is the guy that's running the fleet that's attacking UGARO, right? Nope, this is the... Hold on. Second Diligent Kith. Where on earth even is the Second Diligent Kith? Oh, they're these guys. We just destroyed Kochab. Could you also head out this way, but don't go to Sylphie. Okay, teleport to Corvus. I'm just going to retreat. I know we're going to take a 10k penalty, but it actually doesn't matter. 90k is just as effective as 100. It's a shame, I can't tell what his intended flight path is. Alright, well, head this way. We might be able to shepherd this thing along. So we're going to run out of manpower here. We're going to keep doing preemptive bombing to weaken them as much as possible. And then we'll just sit here in siege mode. This is going to help some. Is that going to kill my fleet, I wonder? I guess this is a good time to learn that, too. Should have done this as we were approaching UGARO. I was not thinking that it would be a problem, since we've run through every ground battle so far so very easily. Alright, keep flying, everybody. So we could run him down to, like, NGC 7089, and then maybe manual free space from there or something? Okay, so this Hawk can just sit in the hangar. The Obliterator really shouldn't do anything. This Economic Behemoth doesn't need to be here, whatever. We actually still have manpower. Okay, we have a tiny, tiny amount of manpower left. I was going to say, that's very surprising to me. But yeah, I should have done this first because there's a real chance of this destroying their defenses, right? Taking out their tractable armaments or whatever it is they have. A couple rounds of bombardment at the beginning followed by a blitz would also be helpful for that. Okay, so we've got them down to 505 manpower. Horatio refused a truce. I don't know if that was a good idea. I don't know that there's much we can do to speed this up at this point. I think we're just waiting for people to arrive. I could have sped this up by sending more fleets in this direction earlier. But I was overconfident. It turns out that that is a slow and insidious killer, although in this case the only thing it's killing is a little bit of our time. Yeah, a lot of Horatio population units just kind of being shipped around, hovering outside of systems. Why did that not actually add that to the... Okay, it did. It just took a while to appear. Making sure that the... Alright, you guys... Okay, cool. I don't actually care about that. Alright, 3 turns of movement to get some more manpower over here. Oh, they're showing up with ships now. That is unacceptable. That I am well equipped to deal with. And I can't imagine we need to watch this. Obviously, 2 mediums and a small against the Juggernaut fleet is going to go down very, very quickly. Alright, let's find out if this damages or destroys our fleet. Information we need to have for the future. And we also now have the manpower necessary to, or the tech necessary to apply more manpower per round of combat, which will be helpful in actually taking this once the others arrive. Okay, UGARO's star was destroyed. Our hero was injured. Interestingly, okay, it doesn't actually kill the fleet. It just damages the ships in the fleet to some degree. Oh, hey, look at that. We got 1,000 influence. Cool. We have a new tactics slot available. Have we... We have done this half of this. We could maybe work toward that. It's not going to matter, right? I don't know. Juggernauts? Actually, we're not going to be able to re-equip our Juggernaut at all. It's not totally impossible that we could, however, use this ion wave ability. Okay, so it damages all the ships, but it doesn't actually kill them. It did kill our hero out of the fleet, but I think that's because the hero's ship was actually quite damaged, not because it actually just destroys hero ships. Okay, once you're there, we're talking about 7 turns or 12 turns flying indirectly. Let's make it an indirect flight. Or, sorry, flying directly. Make it a direct flight. Just in case. I don't think this system should still be here by that time. I think the manpower from this fleet is going to wrap it up. Because there can't be much left, right? Yeah, the garrison will fall even faster once these extra command points arrive. It's a little bit embarrassing that things worked out the way they did, but we're gonna get it. Heracles, turns out public 3D printing.
Our relations with you are a source of joy and hope for the Church.
Cool. I'm glad we're friends now, despite the fact that you have not been a part of the game for many, many turns. Let's pull the kite out here and merge it into that fleet for even more combat prowess so that we can really, really blow up this one ship. We're pulling down 87 manpower per turn now. It probably behooves us, given how good their fighters are, to actually run them out. As lame as that is. We're going to sit here for a couple more turns. Where are the rest of my fleets? How close is everybody else? Because it seems like it should have been pretty fast. Right? People just needed to get to a teleporter. Okay, somebody got to Sylphie. Which the AI has decided is the closest system to UGARO, although I do not agree. It sure seems to me like Corvus is closer. Yep, there will never be a truce, never be peace. I don't know why they keep sending population to their home system. They know it's under siege, right? Seems like an odd choice. But out of respect for the combat abilities of the people of the Horatio Empire, we will, in fact, completely obliterate their defenses before trying again. Am I not mining Hyperium anymore? Is that a thing that's actually happening? How am I at 0 Hyperium? Was Libra my only source of Hyperium? Okay, people are finally on this side of the galaxy. Press the "Don't Ask Me for Orders" button. Turns out, Horatio refused the truce. It's interesting that Horatio is calling, like, yeah, no, this is still happening. We should definitely still be at war. Not that we couldn't just overrule him with our 75,000 influence, like we don't have to accept a truce, even if it is forced on us. But it's super weird that Horatio, of all people, would be refusing it. Okay, Senya Snowridge gets to have 10% critical hit chance on all her ships. Okay, because we are talking about an invasion of only 900 actual manpower. They're going to be able to draft. So I just want to try to make sure that we don't get caught out by the fact that their troops are actually quite potent. So yeah, let's go ahead and be patient. We'll just wait them all the way out. We'll win this game on turn 179. That is definitely the longest I have ever had a game of Endless Legend go when I wasn't intentionally delaying to see the end of the Academy quest. I believe the last time I wanted to see the end of the Academy quest, it took until after turn 200. Oh, the end of the first diplomatic consequences, and the diplomatic and economic consequences of the first shot of our Obliterator has come to an end. Okay, do we want to attack? You know, I don't see the need to attack. If they don't want to attack us, I'm fine with just moving on to UGARO. If they want to come over here and fight us, they can tangle with the Juggernaut. I really think they should attack here, though. This is a bad play from them. Obviously, you know, the AI has some problems. It's just like, even if you think you're going to lose, what is the value of allowing this fleet to go to UGARO? Especially given the game state. Okay, so they have 0 manpower right as our other backup fleet arrives, and all of a sudden we have a huge amount of manpower and we're able to put 1,200 into every battle. So, this, one hopes, will get it done. 1,560 manpower worth of tanks. Go. Alright. Obviously, we occupy it. And we now own all 7 of the capitals that still exist. 6, even, I guess. Because, right, Libra got destroyed. What is the number of extant capitals? 5. We control all 5 of them. Hey, you guys, learn to 3D print. It's great. The people of our empire love it. And that's you now. Boy, that is not how I thought that game was going to end when we started it. Obviously, that's going to be it for us for today. Oh, hold on. I guess let's watch the cinematic. We did earn it. I cannot do this between turns. It's not between turns. The game's over. We did earn this Hisho victory cinematic. Let's have a look. I thought that noise would mean it was finished loading. Okay, here we go.
Warrior or priest, reformer or traditionalist, the Hisho are united. We still wield the ancient blades and the ancient ways. For even in this modern galaxy, tradition holds great power. My blade is complete. My people reign supreme. And we are just beginning.
I mean, is it still wielding the ancient blades in the ancient ways if you're doing the ancient ways in space on a spaceship? I don't know. I guess it must count. They seem to think it counts. Anyway, out of curiosity, where were we at in military strength relative to all the other players? Okay. A lot of people in our alliance were super high up on military strength. The Cravers were doing pretty well for a while there, until about turn 120-ish, when the game should have been ending. Alright, it was a mess, but it was a good mess, in which we learned a great number of things. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see in the next set of videos here. We could play other factions, we could play another game with the Hisho where we now know how the game works, and we could try to, like, get the most out of our starting behemoth. We could maybe pay a little bit more attention to our faction quest, but I'm sure that a lot of the other factions interact with this stuff in a lot of interesting ways too. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and come back tomorrow to see what we're playing. And we'll see you then.